A lot of folks are going to be hunkered down this weekend. It's just going to be kind of gross out there.
You know, and it's interesting right now. I've had so many reports on Twitter from folks telling me what's going on outside their window. And thank you so much, because that's so helpful to add that ground truth to what the radar is seeing. And it has really been the story of stubborn sleet tonight. My favorite, I think, was Eric. He said sleet with a beat down in Murfreesboro. And it does. It's got that tick, 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 tick sort of sound to it. And you'll likely hear that outside your window. It is starting to spread just a little bit further south than Nashville. I've actually had reports as far as Hohenwald. So now we're talking from Hohenwald up into Kentucky towards parts of Christian County, where we've had sleet reports even as far east as parts of Sumner County, up towards White House, up towards Gallatin as well. Now, the key thing to know is most of this sleet is mixing with rain, and it will all eventually mix with rain. We are still looking at a wet, not a wintry weekend. That being said, folks across parts of Christian County and Todd County, that's where the coolest air has been, and there has been a light coating on some elevated surfaces like decks and cars, but not necessarily roadways. Road temperatures, even along our Tennessee-Kentucky tier, are in the upper 30s. That's not balmy, but it is warm enough that we're not looking at significant travel impacts. It's really a nuisance, and like I said, unpleasant if you're actually walking around and it hits you in the face. Now, we are seeing this begin to mix with more rain. That will continue to be the trend as we head into the evening hours, but folks south, we do have another hour or two where we will likely see some persistent, stubborn sleet, just not wanting to quite release its grip of the mid-state. Temperatures continue to move in between about 41 and 38 here in Nashville. That's because of the snow evaporating. As water droplets actually change phase, as they go from liquid to solid, to sleet pellets to snowflakes, it can slightly warm and cool the atmosphere, and so that's why we continue to kind of hover around 40 degrees. The coldest air will remain locked north of us, and that is where the heaviest snow will remain. We do have to deal with the persistent wintry mix for at least another hour or two. By 3 o'clock in the morning, all of us should have just a light rain. That'll wash anything away that did actually make it to a grassy surface. A little bit of a break around 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, dry skies. But then Saturday afternoon, we are looking at a widespread, all day soaking cold rain. Big batch of chili, curl up, watch some football tomorrow afternoon kind of rain. Your next chance to see any wintry weather, it's very brief, but the window will be overnight Sunday into Monday morning. This is 3:30 in the morning on Monday. Best chance would be north and northeast of Nashville, and there won't be much moisture left, but there might be enough to put a brief coating on some elevated surfaces. So important to keep it tuned to the forecast for any slippery spots on roads. Temperatures, they don't compare to the warmth of last weekend, but mid-40s keeps us liquid mostly this weekend with cold air and sunshine by next week. Stay with us, lots more on News Channel 5 at 10.